Hey there, it's you again. Welcome back. If you've been following along, you already know how to start a conversation and keep it flowing. If not, you can go check out the first part of this video on how to start a conversation with anyone. But let's be real. Sometimes the hardest part isn't knowing what to say. It's feeling confident enough to say it. That's why, in this part, we're diving into my bonus tips for overcoming shyness and building confidence. These are the game-changing strategies that'll help you step out of your comfort zone and start owning every social interaction. Whether you're naturally shy or just need a little boost, these tips are for you. So let's get into it. Bonus tip 1, reframe your mindset. First things first, let's talk about your mindset. A lot of us get stuck in this cycle of thinking, what if I mess up? What if they don't like me? What if I embarrass myself? And honestly, that kind of thinking is what holds us back more than anything else. Here's the truth. Nobody's perfect. Everyone, yes, everyone, has had awkward moments or said something they regretted. But guess what? The world didn't end, and neither will yours. So, here's your first actionable step. Reframe your mindset. Instead of thinking, what if I mess up? Ask yourself, what if it goes really well? Shift your focus from fear to possibility. For example, let's say you're at a networking event and you're nervous about introducing yourself. Instead of worrying about saying the wrong thing, think about the potential connections you could make. Maybe you'll meet someone who shares your interests, or even someone who could help you in your career. The key is to focus on the positive outcomes, not the potential pitfalls. And if you do stumble, that's okay. It's all part of the process. Remember, confidence isn't about being perfect, it's about being okay with imperfection. Bonus tip 2, practice small steps. Next up, let's talk about practice. I know, practice sounds like work. But here's the thing. Confidence is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start small. You don't have to walk into a room full of strangers and start delivering a TED Talk. Instead, set tiny, achievable goals for yourself. For example, smile and say hi to the barista when you order your coffee. Compliment a coworker on their presentation. Ask a neighbor how their day is going. These might seem like small things, but they're powerful. Every time you take a small step outside your comfort zone, you're building your confidence muscle. And over time, those small steps will add up to big changes. Here's a personal story. When I was younger, I used to be terrified of speaking up in meetings. So I started small. I make it a goal to say one thing in every meeting, even if it was just, I agree with that point. Over time, I got more comfortable, and now I can contribute without even thinking about it. So your second actionable step is this. Set one small social goal for yourself every day. It doesn't have to be big, just something that pushes you a little outside your comfort zone. You got this. Bonus tip 3, prepare but don't overthink. Now, let's talk about preparation. A little prep can go a long way in boosting your confidence. For example, if you're going to a party or an event, think ahead about a few conversations or topics you can bring up. But, and this is important, don't overthink it. There's a fine line between being prepared and being scripted. If you're too focused on sticking to a script, you'll come across as stiff or unnatural. Here's what I recommend. Prepare a few go-to questions or topics, but stay flexible. For example, if you're going to a networking event, you might prepare questions like, what brought you to this event? What do you do? And what do you love most about it? What's the most exciting project you're working on right now? These are open-ended questions that can lead to great conversations. But if the conversation takes a different direction, go with it. The goal is to be prepared, not robotic. And remember, it's okay to pause and think before you speak. You don't have to have the perfect response ready at all times. In fact, taking a moment to gather your thoughts can make you come across as more thoughtful and intentional. Bonus tip 4, embrace your authentic self. Here's a truth bomb. You don't have to be someone you're not to be confident. In fact, trying to be someone you're not is exhausting, and it usually backfires. The most confident people aren't the ones who are the loudest or the most outgoing. They're the ones who are comfortable in their own skin. They know who they are, and they own it. So, your fourth actionable step is this. Embrace your authentic self. That means letting go of the idea that you have to be perfect or impressive. Instead, focus on being genuine. For example, if you're naturally quiet, that's okay. You don't have to force yourself to be the life of the party. Instead, lean into your strengths. Maybe you're a great listener, or maybe you have a knack for asking thoughtful questions. Those are superpowers in social situations. And if you're worried about being boring, let me tell you something people are drawn to. Authenticity. They can sense when you're being real, and they appreciate it. So, don't be afraid to let your true self shine. Bonus tip 5. Celebrate your wins. Finally, let's talk about celebrating your wins. Building confidence is a journey, and it's important to acknowledge your progress along the way. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, whether it's starting a conversation with a stranger or speaking up at a meeting, that's a win. And those wins deserve to be celebrated. Here's your 5th actionable step. Keep a confidence journal. At the end of each day, write down one thing you did that pushed you outside your comfort zone. It doesn't have to be big, maybe. You smiled at someone on the street, or maybe you introduced yourself to a new coworker. Over time, you'll start to see how far you've come. And on days when you're feeling down, you can look back at your journal and remind yourself of all the times you've been brave. Remember, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. And every small step you take is bringing you closer to the confident, social version of yourself that you want to be. All right, let's do a quick recap of what we've covered. 1. Reframe your mindset. Focus on the positive outcomes, not the fears. 2. Practice small steps. Set one social goal for yourself every day. 3. Prepare, but don't overthink. Have a few go-to questions, but stay flexible. 4. Embrace your authentic self. You don't have to be someone you're not. 5. Celebrate your wins. Keep a confidence journal to track your progress. These tips are simple, but they're powerful. And if you commit to them, I promise you'll start to see a difference in how you feel and how you connect with others. So what's your first small step going to be? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on improving your social skills, relationships, and confidence. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.